Welcome to Rev It Up Bowling. My name is Jayson Robarge, and today we got a ball review for you. Today we're going to be reviewing the Radical Max Bias, part of the Mo Heritage series. This is the last core that Mo, or one of the last cores that Mo created before he unfortunately passed away. And what he wanted to do was max basically the differential as much as you can per USB-C rule. This ball is strong. It has a hybrid cover stock along with like a 2.49 RG, 0.050 differential, and a 0.030 intermediate differential. For nerds like myself, when we see 0.03 intermediate differential, not many bowling balls have even close to that. I mean, a lot of them max out, some companies at 0.023, somewhere around there. This is the only ball on the market that has an intermediate that high. With that said, post drilling, most of the time, depending on drilling, most of the normal drillings will increase the dynamics of that ball. Mo is all about maximizing the potential of the ball every single time. A lot of times, you know, Radical doesn't say pin down stuff, right? Because they're really trying to max out the potential of the bowling ball, because that's how they're made. With this bowling ball, they maxed it out for sure. What I put on this one was a 60 by 5.5 and by like 55, 45. They did help increase length in this ball with the RG. They did do a few things where you can get this ball further down lane just to create more of a dynamic hook shape, more usable for the average bowler. Now this ball is definitely strong, right? It has that textured hybrid cover stock and seams obviously comes out of factory at 1500, so it's quite dull. So definitely we're gonna be covering some boards today. I did do other ones like the Radical Conspiracy, the new one that came out. Now that ball hooked quite a bit. But what I did on that ball was I tried to, with me personally, drill and try to max the differential and lower the RG in that ball. This one, I don't have to do that. It's already relatively maxed out. I did increase it some more with this drilling. However, I didn't feel like I needed more with this ball. And we're about to find out here in a second. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw some shots. I'm gonna start right, move my way left, try to strike from multiple angles, see if it works. I don't know if playing right will work on this thing. It just might be too much ball, but we're about to find out. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's give this max bias some shots down the lane, see what it does for us. And then we'll talk a little bit more in depth about the ball itself. All right, we're gonna try to play up the boards. I don't think it's gonna work. This is just a typical house shot. There's a lot of friction right. Oh, it hooked early. Oh, it hooked early. Yeah, to be expected. I mean, 1500 is a lot of surface, especially on a ball that's a massive differential. Let's just scoot left a little bit for sure. I don't think I'm gonna get a whole lot from that right side, but I'm gonna try to send it to the gutter, get away from the pocket as far as possible. That thing is crazy. All right, so that's not a normal ball shape I typically see. Like that thing hooked at 30 feet, like no doubt. And it set up and it rolled pretty forward. So we can see from there, if they're given enough friction, the ball is gonna really wanna try to burn its energy up early, but it did hit fairly well. It didn't deflect much. Honestly, let's try it again. I don't know if I can repeat that, we'll see. Oh yeah, if you guys want to rewatch that video, this is a perfect example of a ball rolling out a little bit. When a ball rolls out, bowling's all about energy. You know, you create the energy, you put into the ball, and then it transfers from potential to kinetic energy as it goes down the lane. That one burned all of its up. It didn't have anything left. It just really burned itself up and winched forward. We're gonna try to do it again. I'm just curious if I can play an angle like this and play that rollout, but I can already tell you, it's gonna be high volume. I'll do that one more time, that was fun. All right. That's hooking. Yeah. It's a little difficult to control there, but it is cool. Like, not many bowling balls are gonna hook at 30 feet like that. Now, what makes it hook this early? Well, one, friction. That's the number one thing. Between the surface and the lane, there's just too much friction. When we're trying to create ball shape, we're teetering a line between the friction on the lane and the friction on your bowling ball, i.e. surface. We're gonna match them up pretty well. Not a lot of friction on the lane, probably not gonna have a whole lot of friction on your bowling ball, vice versa as well. This one right now is high friction. It's like to burn up. We're gonna move left a little bit, move into some volume for sure. See if we can get the ball further down lane. I'm gonna scoot left definitely a little bit. That was better. It didn't hook, it's fine, but It definitely, like that right there is still burning up for sure. It still needs almost more volume, but it's like it wants to play more front to back, which is great. I love that. But it's definitely burning its energy up quite early. I would love to see what this does with polish. We're gonna try that shot again. That wasn't great. Yeah, it definitely like transitions and then really likes to roll forward. Control the pocket. Archetype, solid. This ball for me before, but this is definitely an extreme version of that ball. I feel like I should be able to play relatively straight angles with this because it likes to burn its energy up and go forward. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna move a little bit back right so we can get lined up. Oh, that's not good. I tossed it right, but I think I finally found a ball I can really control the pocket with. This is great, like ASIM. A lot of the times I just have a problem with the ball just hooking too much. A lot of my teammates at Nationals were wondering why I brought 6 pin down bowling balls. I didn't expect, should have brought some pin up stuff at Reed's the Lane, but I just had too much problems when I was down at Nationals getting the ball to hook early and hold the pocket earlier, see the lane. Pin down stuff just seemed like it just was trying to find friction, traction all the way down and make an over under. Let's go ahead and throw that same shot again. I'm gonna try to keep it in just a teensy bit, try to play the angles a little bit tighter. Oh, that's so sick. This almost gives me don't get me wrong, and don't yell at me, like not urethane vibes, but at the same time, it provides that shape down lane where it's just rolling. It's not hooking, it's not doing anything crazy. It has really burnt up a lot of its energy already. Like to hold the pocket off, this thing is looking good. All right, so a few more shots like that. Let's see if I can repeat something, that'd be sweet. Very nice, very nice. Why buy this bowling ball? Well, I can definitely tell you, it's a strong ball, don't get me wrong. Most people think strong, it's gonna cover a ton of boards. This ball, it honestly doesn't cover a ridiculous amount of boards. Like, don't get me wrong, if you throw a raw or a sneak attack, something like that, yeah, it's not gonna cover as many boards, or this will cover more boards than that. However, if you're looking for a very front to back shape, like I'm excited all of a sudden, like this makes me extremely excited to see a ball that you can control the pocket with, especially being heavy-handed like me. Oh, get it. I want a 3-bagger. For what I've seen, I did a violent collision. If you guys want to look at that video, it'll be posted up. That thing, like, if you look at it technically, the core is like weaker. Now, I don't like the stronger, weaker comparisons because it's all about ball shape. You could say a ball is really strong and it plays really front to back, or you could say a ball is weaker and you actually cross more boards because you have to play more left to right. As far as this goes, like it's strong, but so is the violent eruption, but they react totally differently. It's interesting to see like what the max bias with the massive intermediate differential is doing to this bowling ball. But what I've seen, like I said, it's playing really front to back. I really enjoy this shape. It's controllable. I don't see myself really like getting crazy far left with it. It's just not gonna have enough energy. Like we saw that and I was only sliding 30 and it was wiggling and didn't make it back to the pocket. I had to actually move right, find the friction and not cross as many boards. Yes, this is a very strong ball, but it doesn't cover nearly as many boards as some other equipment because of energy. It's burning all of it up. It doesn't have enough left to cross those boards. I wanna try to find more oil and then see if it responds further down lane or maybe more quickly. Meh. I feel like I'm gonna have to do some hand tweaks. I'm gonna get around this one quite a bit more. Just try to change the angle upon like the transition of the ball. Try to change the angle so it's steeper going towards the pocket. I honestly think I could throw this in league. And league shots don't have a lot of volume, but it rolls forward and controls the pocket. It pushed more, but it was still smooth as hell. I don't see myself getting crazy deep with this ball with the given surface. I bet you if I put a compound, which again I love, on this bowling ball, it would make it more versatile as far as getting left goes. I want to really try to get this ball not into a roll early. We don't want that because we need some energy down lane, but I'm definitely gonna get it around it and try to slow it down because that pushed a little too far down lane. All right, you can still see it's just too rolly for sure for something like that, which is fine. Like the Violent, if you guys watch that video, not the Violent, the Wicked, sorry, Wicked Collision. I was getting Violent stuck in my head, but Wicked Collision, that thing was way more responsive, way more left to right of a bowling ball. This one is definitely not. I can feel the surface, like the grit on this cover stock. You can definitely tell it's very aggressive. But we're gonna try to play up the lane. I'm gonna increase speed and almost play this almost like a urethane shot. Obviously, I'm gonna be a little deeper than that, but almost like a urethane shot. All right. Too much speed. I'll move right a little bit, do the same thing. Also, I think, like, what would you bowl on with this type of bowling ball? Higher volumes. If you're speed dominant, you might even like it for house, I'm sure. Like, even for myself being slightly rev dominant, I feel like I could almost throw this on house, at least for a game. However, what I really want to try this on is a short pattern like Cheetah. A lot of the times, the pros will, yes, their break point will be near the gutter, like most short patterns. But a lot of them throw asymmetric solids right at the gutter, have them burn all their energy just like this thing, and then that way it's just rolling to the pocket. I feel like I could do really well on a short pattern with this type of bowling ball. Yeah, like, God, I like that. It's just so controllable. Like, it's not duck hooking. It's not just reading the mid lane, taking a left turn. It's too slow. It's too lopey of a bowling ball to just be like, oh, now we're going. It just still lopes through all that transition, or all the dry. We're gonna do that one more time just because it's fun. With a big ball like this and not have to wheel the lane, it's honestly fun. Very nice. Yeah, that's fun for me. Like, I could hook a ball, that's no problem. Playing straighter, especially on a house pattern, this is a house pattern, and I can play right a second arrow with 475 rev rate. This thing is sick. I've never been so excited for a ball. Honestly, like, after I've thrown one in a ball review like this, a lot of times I've never thrown them before. The only thing I have to do, go off of, is what basically Brunswick and their marketing team have told me. And this ball is above and beyond what they were mentioning. Like, I know I'm not gonna be able to get deep, but I have plenty of equipment that can do that. I don't have a whole lot of big balls like this where I can actually stand right. It's gonna burn its energy up and roll forward. I really, really enjoy this bowling ball. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments. Again, it is a very unique ball. I'm sure it's gonna bring a lot of nerds out of the woodwork because of the intermediate differential on this. As you guys can see, the intermediate differential being so big, I really did expect it to like check and then respond almost like the Wicked does, if you guys watch that video. But this thing with the aggressive cover stock and the 1500 just straight out of factory, it does respond, like you guys can see it does respond, I mean, quicker for sure, because you can see it burn all of its energy up, but it's not like a skid flip like the Wicked was. So if you guys are interested in this ball, it is out now. So pick one up at your local pro shop. Radical stuff has been phenomenal, and I'm really happy to see such a unique bowling ball go into the Mo Heritage series. With that said, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. My name is Jayson Robarge. We're Rev It Up Bowling. Much love. Peace.